Hi, this is Ashutosh Gowariker, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
Well, there are very few filmmakers in our industry for whom movie making is not merely a money making exercise. It is something that they can give their left or right arm for, and they just live and breathe the entire experience that they are going to just put across on the celluloid. And it's a huge privilege to have Ashutosh Gowariker, one of the filmmakers who just literally just absorbs each and every single experience of making a film before and after. So Ashutosh, huge pleasure to have you back on Bollywood Hungama first of all.
Yeah, hi Faridoon. Thanks.
And you're coming back after quite a few years, and but that intensity and the passion that you have is I think has grown by many folds. The amazing part was at the event the other day was the way you just introduced each and every crew member.
Yeah, yeah.
Very few people do that actually. So I'm sure that you just the way you give respect to the entire cast and crew and the technical team as well, which many people at times ignore completely. Where does that stem from as far as you are concerned?
I firmly believe that cinema is completely collaborative, and of course it's one man's vision and it's one man's calls. That's the director. But still, I think when the director shares that vision with his entire team, all the team members bring their knowledge, their vision, and they try and align it with the director. So somewhere, I can't do it alone. I cannot do it without my DOP. I cannot do it with my costume designer. I cannot do it with my action. Can I choreograph action scenes? I can't. So there are so many aspects which a director actually does not know.
Right.
The only thing he knows is how to tell a story, but he is not aware of the craft. And hence I feel that they are the silent heroes who I love and respect, and I feel I must proudly share them with the entire audience, and that's the idea of bringing them on the stage together.
Okay, now Mohenjo Daro, you've chosen the subject. Did you have apprehensions that it's an era that no one has, many people have not even like understood that what exactly it must be. It's like 2,500 years back from what it is right now.
Yeah.
Did you have apprehensions that you're approaching something? You had apparently a 200-page script that you went with to Hrithik, and then it was condensed to 80-page script after that.
No. See, the thing is that when you decide to do something like this, when you decide that you want to make a film on, say, Mughal period, or you want to make a film on British Raj, it's when you're thinking whether you want to do it. That's where the apprehension is. But once your decision is made, no, I want to make something on the Indus Valley civilization, or today it's known as the Harappan civilization, that apprehension is gone. It's replaced by just excitement and a lot of intrigue, which you're trying to bring in, not only in the script, but in the entire shooting process, in the entire post-production. Because it's a very awe-inspiring moment to be, taking a peek into that world. If I equate it, I'll equate it with, what is the emotion we feel when we go to a foreign land? When you enter Paris for the first time, what is our first emotion? We look at the city and we feel, oh my God, ये कैसा शहर है, ये लोग यहाँ पे कैसे रहते हैं, इनके क्या rules हैं, क्या कायदा है यहाँ पे? You feel enamored by that. Any other city. So it's the same emotion here, where you're entering into another civilization, and you're trying to explore that who are these people? These are our ancestors. How did they lead their lives? What are the manners and morals of their society? And what happened to them? So I think that takes precedence in the entire movie making process.
You face that with the Jodha Akbar as well, that a lot of theories they keep on coming up, and then entire tussle between history and the cinematic liberties that you can possibly take. I spoke to Hrithik about the same thing. He said that Akbar was 4 feet something, so practically it couldn't have been, I couldn't have played it in the first place. And he was not good looking and all those things as well. Now, when it comes to Mohenjo Daro, a lot of things are being said about the fact that, in fact, I spoke to a historian, and she was, she had those apprehensions that in terms of the speech, the way it was, that the Sanskritized Hindi, it was not spoken at that point of time, and the houses were not the way it is there right now. The clothes of women were not really there the way it is being shown as far as the movie is concerned, and even the headgear and all those things as well. So how do you deal with the criticism that is coming your way?
No, the criticism is bound to come because even within the history, even within historians, there are 3-4 different theories. There are different hypotheses. There are different interpretations. New historian that comes in studies the past historian's work and analyzes and gives his own interpretation. Same is in the case in archaeology, where you have archaeological excavations done by a team of archaeologists and they form their theory, which necessarily might not align with another team. So there is a lot of speculation. And in this case, the speculation is quite broad. But to make a movie, I had to take one stand. I had to take one chain of thought. So I followed Dr. Jonathan Mark Kanaya, who is a leading archaeologist at, he's given 35 years to Harappa as well as Mohenjo Daro. And then I also got in touch with 5 other archaeologists within India, Mr. Ajit Prasad, Prabhakar, Krishnan, Vasant Shinde, Mr. Bisht, who are all from Archaeological Survey of India, they're from Baroda University, Pune University, and all have expertise in different aspects of the same civilization. So I aligned with them, got all the information from them to realize that, yeah, there is a lot of speculation. Now, how do I tell the story that I want to tell?
Right.
What is my intention? My intention is that we look at the Greek civilization, we look at the Roman civilization, we look at the Egyptian civilization with great awe. It's been done a lot of times in movies, but never have we seen our civilization. So I thought, why not make a movie on our first ancestors?
Sure.
Now, of course, the title Mohenjo Daro, the city was not called by this name then. It's not possible because this name was given by when the archaeologists excavated the site.
Right.
But I cannot give it my own name either. Because the moment I call it my own name, suppose I called it Mohenjo Daro, there could be more reservations that how am I giving a fictitious name to one of the cities of this older civilization.
Sure.
So the archaeologists advised me that it is always safer to call it by the popular name. And anyway, I want to reach out to a global audience where everybody already knows about the Indus civilization and the city called Mohenjo Daro. So it works well for me to have a common name as a reference. Coming to the costumes and all the reference materials from the figurines that have been found, excavated. And in those figurines, if you notice, most of the women are all naked, and the men are also very scantily clad. Now, I cannot make a movie with so much nudity, obviously. It will not be a good family viewing.
Definitely.
So I had to create and imagine a costume which will be away from all the different styles that we have seen in other movies and yet be special for this civilization. There are different kinds of headdresses that are there in the figurines. The one which I have created for Chani is something that is a kind of a milder form of what the headdresses are. So what happens is when you're telling a story, you have to somewhere draw from facts and
Right.
add your fiction.
Sure.
Because if you don't add fiction, then it's a documentary that you're making because it's purely factual. And I was not interested in doing that. It has to be a movie. Even the languages, no one knows. The script, the Sindhu script is still undeciphered. And there are at least 50 different linguists who are trying to crack the code even today.
Right.
They say that it could have been close to Prakrit or Brahui. It predates Sanskrit and all of that.
Ji.
But I realized that I want to make a film in Hindi. I want to catch the attention and the imagination of the common man. So I must use a language which is a mix of a smattering of mix of different languages in the region to create a new phonetic sound for the film.
Sure.
Which is what I did. And I've done that not now, I've done it in the past also, because in Jodha Akbar also, I refrained from using the Persian or chaste Urdu that could have been used in Akbar's court. Because if I did that, it would have just not been understood.
Absolutely.
So somewhere you have to bridge and find your in-between point when you're trying to create fiction. But I've done it with responsibility. I'm not doing it. कहते हैं ना कि मनगढ़ंत आपने कर दिया, अपने आप create कर दिया. वैसे नहीं है. The archaeologists are on board on the film. I got the approval from them on the script. So all those little details that I like to do, so that I know, okay, I've put my best foot forward. That has been done, and I feel that whoever has a reservation to this, I don't oppose them, because it's not right, because they might be following another chain of thought. They could be reading and following another historian and archaeologist. So I cannot say they are wrong, because these are two different interpretations.
Like you said that at the event that every 50 years the interpretation of history undergoes a change.
Undergoes a change, yeah, absolutely.